So takakuripotera isu 3-4 days ago tichitaura about diplomatic talks ari kuitika mukati meSADC region. Whether kuti mukati meSADC region, but the SADC leadership iri kutaura pamusoro peZimbabwe and the potential destability inogona kuuya muZimbabwe because of Cab 3 right now. So patakasira nyaya isusu first takakuudzai kuti Ramaphosa and Duma Boko vaita meeting, and I think that meeting was public, but hamuzoudzwi kuti publicly yanga ichiitigwa chii chaizvo, but takaona isusu a couple of days ago Ramaphosa na Duma Boko vachisangana zvakare vachiita tumwe madhanzi. Ramaphosa nze cupcake iri kutamba kamwe kadhanzi kasinganzwisiki, kadhanzi kangori weird, so kaitambwa nani naPresident Ramaphosa. So what came out of that meeting yanga iri nyaya yekuti they were looking amongst each other who is clean to talk to the Zimbabwean president ovadzora from trying to extend his term. The same thing chakamboitika during nguva yaNaThabo Mbeki vakasenda Festus Mogae wekuBotswana kunotaura napresident wekuZambia during that time. Aida kuita the same thing, ane chibiu chake chekuda kuextenda his term. And then ndobva president iyoyo ndobva anzwisisa, akataugwa naye naFestus Mogae ndobva amuteerera, ndobva anzwisisa, ndobva withdraw. So we have Ramaphosa akauya muZimbabwe a couple of weeks ago, and it has been circulated kuti he came actually to talk to Mr. Mnangagwa on a diplomatic level, vachivayambira vachivapa warning kuti please Mr. President, dzorai moyo, this which you are doing. Military generals from Zimbabwe, including vana retired general VP Chiwenga, vakatopa warnings kuSADC. What is happening right now in Zimbabwe might cause havoc, might cause serious destabilization inogona kukonzeresa kubuda kwamamwe maZimbabweans achipinda mune dzimwe nyika. So from there tina Ramaphosa na Duma Boko vakabvumirana kuti vachatuma Duma Boko kuti auye muZimbabwe, but takakuripotera panapa kuti President Mnangagwa have actually sent a diplomatic message through his officials vachitaura ivo kuti there is no need for President Duma Boko to come back to Zimbabwe for a diplomatic mission yekumisa Cab 3, because President Mnangagwa vakatonzwa zvakataurwa naCyril Ramaphosa, and he has been considering it, and he have been doing his own investigations kuti, because President Mnangagwa vanga vakamira pastance yekuti but how can you say Cab 3 haisi kudiwa nevanhu? Isusu takangoita zvinhu publicly, takangoita zvinhu democratically, takaita isusu mapublic consultations, maMPs akaenda kunzvimbo achida kunzwa kuti vanhu pfungwa dzavo dzakamira papi, and what we heard is overwhelmingly a supportive voice saying kumberi neCab 3 Zimbabwe rita zvakanaka. So the President Mnangagwa idero, but he actually said dakunzwa President Ramaphosa. So ndichata in my individual investigations ndichata kuti was there some misconducts in these consultations. So from there vakarambira Duma Boko kuti adzoke muZimbabwe on a diplomatic mission. Now within the SADC diplomatic circles, we enders President Hakainde Hichilema vekuZambia right now, vachinzi President Hakainde Hichilema vakabva vapa a suggestion as a matter of fact through his team 2 days ago. Vari kunzi vakaudza SADC kuti no, you guys, can you send me ndoenda ndonotaura with my brother. So Hakainde Hichilema calls President Mnangagwa his brother, and remember President Mnangagwa vane history also it is very very strong in Zambia. He has been praising Zambia kuti look, Zambia did a great job. It raised the Zimbabwean president as of right now. You understand? President Mnangagwa. So they have that kind of brotherly relationship. So Hakainde Hichilema is trying to capitalize on that brotherly friendship, that brotherly relationship, to try and stop President Mnangagwa from extending his term to a third term. But the funny thing, the irony right here is that Hakainde Hichilema is being accused by the opposition in Zambia. There are voices accusing Hakainde Hichilema of also being too ambitious. Like they think Hakainde Hichilema is going to try and also extend his own presidential term. Izvo zvinova vane evidence yekuti Hakainde Hichilema have already publicly came out in Zambia achi support extension yema terms ema members of parliament nema ministers arguing that good leadership deserves to be given more time. This is Hakainde Hichilema. So we don't know in what way will then he say my members of parliament kana ma ministers kana vachita basa ribo it's okay kuvawedzera mamwe makore, and then kana when it comes to him as the president will he say well for the president there's no need to extend the term, or he's actually for the extension of the term. So we don't know what he's going to come to do in Zimbabwe if he ends up coming to Zimbabwe. There's among my analysts, my political analysts, Kunotaura about the SADC situation right now. Actually, Hakainde Hichilema is coming to Zimbabwe, wants to come to Zimbabwe to strengthen his relationship with President Mnangagwa, because varuda to introduce a criminal cabal kituma president tinogara mupower forever muno muAfrica, especially Southern African region kuno vachibuilda alliance chenemanema chimwe chacho choda kuda kubuilda zvima autocracy chichi zvosvo zvingosupportana. So this is what's happening. This is the news ziripa news desk right now, the latest updates muno muZimbabwe. You know pano pamuzinda wevanhu neni when you super galo, you never miss on nothing, and you actually get the best of the best from the best investigative journalists muno muZimbabwe. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Peace.